What is happening, everybody? I hope you're all having a wonderful day, and welcome back to Dragon Age 2. So, last episode, we talked to Nuncio. We picked up a couple of side quests. I did clear out the Hightown nighttime cycle. So, we have 3 more companions to speak to, and a couple of side quests that are going on. So, we really should just kind of start working our way down all this. We also got to go check out the bone pit for Hubert, too. He said basically all our remaining miners have been killed. So we know that we gotta go see Gamlen. We definitely gotta go see Merril. There are some markets down in Lowtown too. We already went to the Hanged Man. Anders' clinic is down here in Darktown. So I think we will start with Lowtown. We'll start with Lowtown because we can talk to Merill and Gamlen here, and I also want to hit up these merchants.
You're not nearly as selfish as you pretend. How can you stand the...
See what we have down here. They might be selling some things for our companions. Hopefully. Yeah. I see Lady Elegant survived the Canary. Wonder where she was hiding during that nighttime cycle. Perhaps she doesn't stay in Lowtown, just pedals. Let's see, you selling anything for my companions? No, you're selling a Canary sword though for our quest that we picked up in Hightown. That's not an important quest, but you do get 30 silver every time you give him one of those blades, so it really builds up if you manage to stack a bunch of them.
The Hanged Man.
We'll be finding way more of those inside the Wounded Coast, of course, where all the Talbashoth are, but there's some strewn around the city here. And nothing. Interesting. Yeah, I thought for sure there would have been some companion gear down here. Take a little swing around everywhere. Here's my spindleweed. I do believe there is an achievement for collecting all the different crafting materials. Of course, there's no Steam achievements for this game, unfortunately. This is so old, but still, it's nice to get the achievements, right? Especially when every time you get a new PC, the unfortunate reality is, every time you get a new system, the achievements in Dragon Age Origins and Dragon Age 2 both reset. Because they're game-specific to do with your saves. So, the reason why you see the achievements popping back up here, even though I have thousands of hours in this game, is just because new PC, so it reset since the last time I played the game. And that continues to happen, unfortunately. I think I've 100%ed Dragon Age Origins around 300 times. And still see me grabbing achievements in that game. It never ends. To be honest, Lowtown has recovered quite well from the Canary attack. I expected them to be way worse off than this, actually. I had to see how... I don't know what the hell's going on in there. We'll have to see how Gamlen is doing, of course. Since Leandra. A lot went down since Leandra, actually. But I'm glad he's okay. It's not so bad, I don't think.
So, you've done well for yourself. I had my
too.
doubts the first time I saw you, but I guess there was something to that hawk fellow Leandra ran off with after all. You made a pretty good son, anyway. Your mother would be proud.
You see, Gamlen ain't so bad. I actually, towards the back end of this game, I actually start kind of respecting Gamlen at least a little. Not too much, you know, I mean, he still sold the family estate and invested like millions of sovereigns into Canary cheeses to pay off his debts, but he's alright.
I just wish Mother had lived to see me become champion.
I know, Leandra, and she'd be absolutely glowing from all the praise that's been heaped on you. I don't say this often, but with Bethany locked in the gallows, you're the only real family I have left. For a long time, I thought the Amel line in Kirkwall would end at me. I'm glad you've pulled it out of the grave.
For what it's worth, Gamlen, I'm glad to be here. Gamlen, I found the gem of Karashek. If you want it, come to Darktown alone.
Leave that alone. There are things in my life that don't actually involve you, you know. Stay out of my business, boy.
What is the gem of Karashek that you're messing around with, Gamlen?
That note mentioned the Gem of Karashek. What's that?
It's nothing. Never mind.
That's not true. What's going on?
If you're worried about who sent the note, I can go in your place.
Did I ask for that? I don't know who sent it, and I don't want to. I lost everything chasing that gem. Our fortune, our home, even Mara.
Who's Mara?
She's... none of your concern. That's who she is. Why don't you head back to your fancy house in Hightown and stay out of my damn business?
Yeah, and there the prickles come back. But unfortunately for you, I can still investigate that in my own time. It's because you don't want to tell me doesn't mean I'll never find out. We're obviously going to go look at that. We do got to swing by Merrill's house first, though. I want to get all this stuff wrapped up this episode and start progressing on some quest lines. I don't want to end up stuck in a pitfall for too many episodes just talking to people.
I mean,
Can confirm. The cutscene isn't in the series, but she does indeed like to be on top.
Maybe I just don't like you.
Yeah, you ever think about that, Anders? You ever think about the damage you deal to your own cause by being such an obnoxious twit? It crossed your mind that when you run around as an abomination screeching about the mage plight, you're actually doing a giant disservice to the people you're attempting to assist.
Come on, Daisy. You've been holed up in here for days. If you don't get some sunshine, you'll wilt.
I'm not a plant, Varric. I'm fine.
Just take a walk around the Lowtown Market. Get some air, and I'll stop bothering you.
I know you mean well, but I have too much to do right now.
I'll let you talk some sense into her, Hawk.
I'll try. Wouldn't be the first time we've attempted to.
Varric is very sweet. Frequently infuriating and a terrible busybody, but sweet. Were you looking for me? Nothing's wrong, is it?
I just wanted to catch up with you.
Nothing's the matter. I thought I'd see how you were doing.
And I'm being a poor host, as usual. In the market the other day, out of the corner of my eye, I thought I saw Tamlin. I blinked, and he was gone. I don't know what it meant. Maybe nothing. Maybe I'm going mad. I miss them all. Even the Keeper.
I'm sure they miss you too.
I'm sure the Keeper would like to see you again.
I'm sure she would. She loves to lecture. I bet her new first appreciates that. I wish I could have seen it. It doesn't matter. I'm here now. Maybe Varric was right. Shall we go out for a bit? I could use some sunshine.
I think that's a very strong idea, Daisy. Also, I love the little pet names that Varric comes up with for our companions and team members here. Him calling Merill Daisy. It just shows how much he cares about the people in his direct surroundings. He's the people person, and the more you pay attention to this, the more you understand that he's been keeping people off everybody's backs, right? He was the reason why the Templars weren't looking into Bethany. He's the reason why they still aren't looking into Anders, 100%. I'm sure he's doing the same thing for Merril. He's been trying to help Isabela, Aveline. He's doing things for all of us, and he never talks about it, and he never really asks for praise, doesn't ask for thank yous, payment. He just does that as part of who he is. It's not his job description, you know? He doesn't need to do that to be with Hawk. He just does that because he likes people. And that's very endearing.
Is the real dog.
That's a hidden sewer. We'll have to see what quest those are for. That's probably for the apostate mages the Templars want us to hunt down, I would imagine. Let's see. That's the last holdouts and Gamlen's greatest treasure. So both those quests are here in Darktown, so I guess we'll do these two quests. Like I said, I'm very willing to go slaughter some blood mages. In fact, I'd prefer that. It's one of my favorite pastimes, actually. No, you won't be casting that.
That was exciting.
You won't be getting a chance to cast your blood magic bullshit. It's ironic, really, that one of the biggest slave nations in the world is actually mages. Speaking of the plight of the mages, the the biggest purveyor of slaves and extinguisher of freedom of humanity is the nation ran by exclusively mages. That doesn't help Anders' cause either, when he's basically just sitting there preaching that mages deserve freedom when they're one of the largest, most powerful empires in the world, and they're all mages, and they enslave everybody else. Yeah, I don't think much thought has been put into his position.
Are you the ones who sent the note about the gem of Kerashek?
We were beginning to think you wouldn't show. It's rude to keep people waiting, you know? It's not like I don't got things to do.
I think you have me mistaken for someone else. I don't know you.
You don't got to know me. You just got to listen. See, we was hired to give you a note. But this gem of Kerashek thing the note talks about, we decided we want that instead. You better hand it over.
And you better give me the note.
You have 3 seconds before I start slicing off your toes.
You wasn't listening. We want the gem. Even
And you don't have your eyes open.
kill you for
You
it.
don't seem to be recognizing the champion of Kirkwall. Haha. Man, it's so satisfying. I love this build. It is so fun to just be cracked out, super fast, super strong. This is probably my favorite build in the series. There's a really good build I have in Dragon Age Inquisition too that I call the Yo-Yo build, which is also really strong, but this one's definitely up there. Thanks, Merril.
Wallop Mallet? What a name that is.
I think the name of his weapon being called Wallop Mallet is reflective of the owner's IQ. Or the old owner, at least. Not his anymore. Alright, so that's the hidden sewer. We'll hit that on the way back. First things first, let's go talk to Anders and wrap up chit-chatting to all these companions. Rubble for the short bow. Come on, Anders. You have some kind of speech to give me, I'm sure. Tell me how miserable the whole world is and how it'd be better if you were in charge of it.
You think I don't know the city guard is just another arm of the Templars?
You know that's not true.
Completely unfair.
If they show up here, I'll know who to blame. That's all I'm saying.
Is that a threat?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean for you to see that.
You don't want me to see your true colors.
Can't be too careful. Now that the Knight Commander has basically appointed herself Viscount.
I can't even imagine how difficult it is to be a mage here now.
That's not what I
It's
wanted
easy
to
for
say.
most. They're long since tranquil. The Mage Underground is all but destroyed,
Good.
and those left have turned to blood magic as their only option.
That's not their only
Merril
option,
knows
really.
will prevent any chance of the public taking their side.
It's so frustrating. First of all, saying that it must be hard for you is not... I don't know how that translates into, damn, I really agree with everything all the mages in Kirkwall are saying. That shouldn't have said that. But second of all, this whole like blood magic is their only option thing is nonsense. You can literally cast fireballs. What difference does blood magic make to anything that you were doing? Being able to mind control and summon demons does not assist you in smuggling mages out in the catacombs. It's not... Blood magic is your only option is nonsense. You cast fireballs and elemental magic. What do you need blood magic for? It's any excuse, man. Any excuse. And the whole, like... Well, we'll see that that's not true. That almost every mage in Kirkwall is tranquil. We'll literally see evidence that that isn't true in this act of the game. Especially the final, like, hour or two. You'll specifically see that all the mages aren't tranquil here, so... It's just full of shit again.
There's still one good mage left in the city.
And it ain't you.
I don't
It's
know how you
Bethany.
continue to believe in me.
I don't.
How can people be so blind? The Blight was stopped only with the aid of 2 mages. One an apostate. But it makes no difference. The Chantry set us on this path long ago. It would take
You
something
comparing
truly
yourself to
catastrophic
Morrigan?
change
That's
people's
very
thinking now.
bold of you. The fact that he just compared himself to the Warden's journey with Wynne and Morrigan is kind of hilarious. Like, yes, the Blight was ended with just the aid of 2 mages, but they were 2 very good mages. One of them was towards the end of her life, had a lifetime of experience, and would find you quite reprehensible for being an abomination and doing what you're doing in this city. Wynn would despise you. And honestly, I think Marion would just pity you and scathe you with words 24/7. There is a world where Morrigan does blood magic, but mostly she just does ancient magic, taught to her by Flemeth, aka Mathal. You. Come on, Buttercup. You do that. You can do whatever you're doing. She has blood magic cast on her, so now she's useless for the rest of this. Well, for a good chunk of it at least. Anders. Knock him back for me. Thank you, buddy. And now they're pretty much cooked. Say like you're surprised. Blood Mage dispatches. We narrowly escaped Meredith's hounds. The city just isn't safe, Bancroft. We must get 5 out through the gates tonight and get to the caves. It's that or risk capture and interrogation. MS. Bancroft, huh? I guess they have a leader that's organizing all this. Maybe this is part of the Mage Underground that Anders was just telling us about, which if it is, I'm more than happy to put a stop to that. Because you gotta understand that every single time they quote-unquote save a mage, well, that mage is gonna end up down here in the gallows, killed for being a blood mage eventually. So y'all are just apostates. You're already firestorming, that's fine. You're doing something. My companion is actually quite nicely spread out right now. Perfect. Yeah, I'm not too afraid of the blood magic spells when my companions have such a spread like that. Because it's an AoE attack, so if they're spread out like that, he can't do anything about it. I also just chopped him to pieces very quickly. I am still on the highest difficulty, by the way. Alright, Blood Mage dispatches. I can get 2 out tonight. A guide on the other side will take them to the refuge. Don't pick anyone with a cold. Last time, a careless sneeze almost alerted the guard. Bancroft. I think there was one more letter we didn't read on the downturn because we ran into that fight, so let's see. Because I'd like to go deal with Bancroft too at some point. We can put an end to this. Shipping notice. We can't trust raiders' promise of passage. The Templars' bounty on us is far too tempting. Press on every contact you have. We must leave Kirkwall before Knight Commander does something drastic. Each night, more of our brethren make it to the coast. If the hounds sniff out your current location, the other site we discussed is clear. Be prepared to leave at a moment's notice. Bancroft. That's a quaint little blood mage party, huh? So we did get an update for that quest. I believe that's in side quests. The blood mage hideout was dealt with. Expect a letter with further instructions from Sir Metin. So we just gotta wait for more contact from the Templars. Alright, so we're done with this. Let's go back to the Hawk Estate and see if we have that letter. And then... Casualties. The hounds nabbed Frank the cobbler tonight. No one knows where he is now. Tom Bashal and his wife were killed 3 days back. They're no longer just hunting us. They're hunting our friends and family. To the void with the consequences. We must strike back while we still can. A. And that was a very unwise decision by them because that got them on our shit list and led to this. I don't see why they wouldn't all just leave regard. I mean, the concept of a mage underground. Like, do they understand that they make the issue worse by smuggling people out on tunnels like that? And actively encouraging mages to rebel from the circle that are otherwise happy, like Bethany? Like, you turn the whole situation into a clusterfuck when you do that. I guess they just don't care about the consequences since it's other people that have to deal with them, not them, right?
I heard.
Ooh, what's all this?
Isabela, what are you doing here? Aside from snooping through my mail looking for gold.
Is everything all right?
Guess what? Castillon's in town, and I'm not waiting around for him to stick a knife in my vitals. We're going to get him before he gets me.
Let's get it.
We're going to surprise Castillon. I love surprises.
Unfortunately, Castillon's holed up somewhere in Kirkwall. I haven't been able to find
It's kind of my responsibility since you brought the book back for me.
That's his right hand. We just have to make him tell us where Castillon is. Somehow.
So, you're saying you don't have a plan?
I have something of a plan. Step 1, we go to Velasco. Step 2, something exciting happens. Step 3, profit.
Always like profit.
Do you have a better idea?
If we kill him and search his body, we might find something.
Or we could find nothing and get nowhere.
I like the vanilla tactics from Hawk. Just kill him and search his body. I'm sure there's a note or a key.
You'll just end up killing him.
Couldn't we just ask Velasco where Castillon is? Nicely.
He's not going to reveal anything willingly. I can't risk him getting suspicious and alerting Castillon.
Castillon wants you. Why not let Velasco bring you to him?
And you follow me. Ooh, that's clever. I was going to suggest challenging Velasco to a riddle game and making Where's Your Boss one of the riddles. This is so
That
much
would have
better.
been quaint.
I'm ready whenever you are.
Velasco's been spending his nights at the brothel, enjoying its many splendors. That's where we'll find him.
Okay, so I'm not gonna go do that right away. Last holdouts. My men report that the Blood Mage hideout was cleared of all Maleficarum. The Maker has blessed you with formidable strength, and it is fitting you use it to aid our righteous cause. We uncovered the location of their headquarters, a cave in Sundermount. So Agatha and I are gathering the faithful and will await you there, Sir Metin. Alright, so that sounds like we are going to be putting a stop to the Mage Underground real soon, too. What do we want to do now? Pull up the journal. We have more companions to talk to, so we got to catch up to Aveline. We got to speak to Anders for a quest, and we got to do Isabela's quest. Secondaries, we have a murder of crows that we got to do out in Sundermount, and we have the nobleman's daughter and the Sir Metin thing still. So let's go to the Wounded Coast. Let's wrap things up here with the Wounded Coast. Zip on out here and we'll do a murder of crows. Yeah, that's up there on Sundermount. Bone Pit obviously is Mine Massacre. Mine Massacre we'll do next episode because we're going to get a piece of the champion armor out of this. So I definitely want to be doing that. Wounded Coast is who needs rescuing. This takes us to both those last quests we have to do. So let's dip into Sunder. As we can hit two birds with one stone down here. We get the whatever was going on with the crows. I think we just gotta speak to the keeper here, though. I don't think we're actually getting it done here. And it's right next to a Dalish camp is interesting. I'm surprised the Dalish aren't dealing with this themselves. You would think they would want to. Oh, Marathari's gonna owe me a paycheck. Memento to the Dalish. I guess they stole a ring from the Dalish that we're about to return to. Speaking of owing me a paycheck.
You think so, do you?
He's always looking at you, and then pretending he wasn't.
I don't pretend I wasn't.
Hear you, know.
See?
I look proudly. Never be ashamed to stare at your woman. Alright, Marthari, are you interested to know that I took care of all those people outside your base?
Greetings, champion. That is what they call you in your city, isn't it? Did you need something?
Well, I guess we can just, we could flow, though. Let's just cut to the chase here.
I hear there is a criminal hiding among the Dalish.
He is not among us. This criminal of yours is set up in a cave away from our camp. He said there would be people looking for him, and to tell anyone who asked where he was.
Why would he give away his position?
He said he didn't want to endanger our people by asking us to lie for him. Not something you'd expect from a cruel and evil murderer, is it?
It's not.
He'll be waiting for you at the cave. Good luck trying to reach him, however.
Why? What's the problem with the cave?
That was a bit odd.
You wouldn't like to give me any hints on that?
He came to the Dalish to hide. Why did they give him away so easily?
I'm not wrong. I guess I'm giving that little Dalish trinket we got from those thieves. I guess we're giving that to Merril.
Dalish crafting is second.
Right, let's look. So, that's the last holdouts. Where would this cave with him be? Darkspawn on the Dalish camp too. No problem for us, huh? I imagine they're coming from this recently opened passage, so we'll dip in there and take care of that too. I always enjoy killing Darkspawn. This is gonna be the Antivan's little hidey hole. Now, if you've been paying attention to the dialogue about the male assassin who likes women and very suave and pros are trying to kill him, if you pay any amount of attention during the cutscenes of the games we play on the channel, you'll know exactly who they're referring to and which Antivan crow they're chasing. And Wasp Spider does more damage than the Darkspawn we just fought. Tough animals. Let's save up before we head into this cave. Let's go find a crow.
That was a bit odd, wasn't it? If he came to the Dalish to hide, why did they give him away so easily?
Well, apparently he told them to. It's kind of noble intentions, isn't it? Hiding here, off in a cave somewhere in the distance. Just telling the Dalish to give him up instantly so that they're not in harm's way. It's quite noble for an assassin on the run. It's almost like he learned that from somebody in a different situation.
Yeah.
Thank you, Isabela. I'm getting more happy as time goes by. The more and more XP you feed me. Yeah, I do quite like the little cameos here. I mean, we've only had one so far, right? We've had Liliana. She's the only one that showed up so far from... Well, I guess Isabela is technically a cameo too, and she's a main companion. But she is technically a cameo. She's in Origins. She's the duelist inside the tavern that cheats you at cards until you pass the cunning check, or bring Liliana, who passes it for you. Would have been cool if you could have had Liliana as a companion, actually, but obviously she's working for the Divine. She has way bigger fish to fry. Man, look at these fucks. The spiders. He's dead. He's not going to get a chance to take that potion. Right, we got to wait in here a little. Try and take some of the aggro off our companions here just by doing damage ourselves. Of course, as always, not gonna cry over spilled Anders, but We do need to give him a health potion so he doesn't throw for us later. Here you go, buddy. Do better. Don't fall down anymore. What would the Mage Plight think?
The assassin was definitely expecting company. Trap ahead.
Complex, huh? Oh, for fuck's sakes. Turn him off.
You're such a slave driver.
And I figured, given that the game just pointed them out to me, they wouldn't actually still be active. For some reason, my brain just assumed they wouldn't still be active traps since people died on top of them and the game pointed it out, but I guess I was wrong. That's the sound of Anders being boiled alive. Screaming like the bitch that he is. Yet to see a single soldier in here that actually made it this far, though. It's just been animals that we're fighting. I guess we're the only ones that even made it this far on the trail, or at least made it this far in the cave. As long as I'm not finding another Varteril here, well. There you have it, huh? Alright, mages. You heal her, so I could just take a sip. And there we go.
Now you, I wasn't expecting.
I thought I smelled Antivan leather.
Isabela! If it isn't my favorite pirate wench.
Good old Zevran.
Shouldn't you be dead by now?
I could say the same, my dear. It seems we were both fortunate to find powerful friends, no? How do you do? My name is Zevran Aranai, adventurer and occasional assassin.
Only occasional.
I've heard about you. You helped the hero of Ferelden stop the Blight.
At your service, my friend. I must admit, I was waiting for an assault by the Crows, not the mighty champion of Kirkwall.
How do you know I'm the champion?
A reputation
Slayer
would
of
surely
Kunari,
precede
deep
us.
Roads explorer, and may I say, one fine specimen of manhood. You underestimate your fame.
Easy with the specimens, Zevran. Didn't work on the Warden, it's not gonna work on Hawk.
How do you two know each other?
How does anyone know Isabela?
Yes, well, you'll never know Isabela again if you keep that up.
I'll assume you're not talking about birds.
Oh, please, do not tell me you know nothing of the Antivan Crows. We are the finest guild of assassins, an object of fear throughout the lands for any man with wealthy enemies. Or I should say they are. I am no longer a crow, a fact they find unacceptable.
And they're trying to kill you because you left. I assume this is still consequences from Dragon Age Origins. I mean, they did tell us in Dragon Age Origins that they were done sending contracts because they think the Blight is a bigger fish. Well, the Blight's done now, so I guess Zevran's ass is back on the chopping block.
There must be more to it than you leaving the guild.
That is offense enough to the Crows, believe me. I may have also killed the last 4 assassins they sent after me, and all their men. Oh, and the guildmaster. In fact, if you were a crow, you might make a fortune bringing me in. You should consider a career change. No, really.
I think I'm good. I don't think I'll be turning you in today.
I've been hired to find and capture you.
Ah, let me guess. A man named Nuncio has asked you to capture a dangerous killer, yes? What did he say this time? That I killed his wife? Butchered his parents? Sold his children into slavery? Or did he tell you he was a lawman from Antiva, charged with apprehending a ridiculously handsome fugitive?
So it's all bullshit, huh?
I suppose you aren't a murderer at all, then?
Oh, indeed I am. But technically, I imagine everyone here can rightfully claim that title.
Most certainly.
Bring me to Nuncio if you wish, but I warn you, he surely intends to kill you. The crows do not like loose ends. Unlike myself. But you are a man who can clearly handle himself, yes? Why worry? So, you can either tie me up, gag me, and then manhandle me. Or you can take me to Nuncio. Which will it be, I wonder?
What do you think about this, Isabela?
You know him best. What do you think?
I've had better.
I meant about letting him go or not.
Oh, right. I'd let him go.
You don't have much skills in the sheets then, do you, Zevran? Ironic, really, considering he's such a flirt.
You're very compliant for a fugitive.
Compliant, yes, and very bendy.
She's had better.
But truthfully, I know when I am outmatched. I would rather take my chances against the crows.
I'm not going to hand you over to someone who lied to me.
As a suggestion, you might wish to deal with Nuncio. If you don't, he will only come after you. It's been more than a pleasure, my dear champion. Fare you well.
Yeah, I hope he manages to get out of here clean. Be the second Vartero we've killed this game too. I hate that enemy. The fire just sucks. Not a fun. Alright, so we have Antivan Camp here. Let's just go to the Antivan Camp and wrap things up with Zevran and the Antivan Crows.
You didn't tell me the assassin you wanted captured was once one of your own.
So Zevran told you, did he? It really doesn't matter. This time, his warden isn't here to protect him. I am thoroughly disappointed. No one fails the crows and lives.
Ah, poor stupid Nuncio. The crows do like that saying, but I am living proof it's a lie. Why they insist on thinking they can kill people like you and the warden, I will never guess.
They got some hero in him, huh? And the warden told him well.
Why didn't you go when you had the chance?
To see the champion of Kirkwall in action? You couldn't keep me away.
You are nothing but a traitor and a coward, Zevran. You'll die here.
I guess not. That guy kind of looks like Hawk.
Let's see how that works out for you.
Alrighty, so get all our buffs up and going. The dog out too. So we get adrenaline off. You have a real bad day, Nuncio.
I'm sure you wish to loot the camp. Yes.
I absolutely want to loot the camp. Well, Nuncio had shit. What a waste of my time. But he would have at least brought some kind of cool Antivan artifact for me to take from his corpse. Alright, so nothing really riveting, just a couple coins, couple skeletons.
Excellent. Killing my former brothers in arms is oddly satisfying. I've little reward to offer you, champion, but perhaps this will serve as a token of my thanks. My dear Isabela, it has been a delight to see you again. You travel in fine company.
That's it? You're leaving? What about sex?
Still blunt as a dwarven hammer.
So much of a had better, huh?
Well, why not?
I don't want you to do this.
Fine. But there better be sex to make up for it later.
It is time to move on, as they say.
I think we can handle that, right?
Back home, and
We totally could have joined in, but it's not really my style.
Again, champion.
Don't worry, Isabela. I won't leave you saying you had better later. Alright, now that takes care of that. They gave us, no doubt, a dagger called Finesse. That'd probably be a decent item for Isabela, actually. So, we got the last holdouts in Sundermount. We have the Mine Massacre for the Bone Pit. We got Justice in Darktown. Gamlen's Greatest Treasure in Lowtown. On the Loose, this is the main quest. That's where we get some of the champion gear from. We got to do the nighttime cycle in Lowtown and Docks still. I think we probably would want to go do the Wounded Coast next, right? We'll clear all this out, run into the Marauders that I was talking about a couple episodes ago, and then go Sundermount, and then go right into the Bone Pit. I think that's a pretty good spread for the next couple episodes, so that is where I'm going to wrap this one up. Thank you for watching, everybody. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe and hold on.
The name's Evitz. As in Evitz Marauders. The folk you killed a few years back.
I didn't expect this.
You're gonna die for what you've done.
You are certainly welcome to try. So this is Evitz Marauders, and this is where I was initially going to do a build showcase video, but I actually figure the build kind of speaks for itself at this point if you've watched the series. I mean, you've literally watched me use every single level up and perk point and tactic slot in the whole game, right? So I think we should just be okay to just play. You call me right at the outro, which is very unfortunate.
You write them, won't you? Do pirates write letters?
Badly. Hook hands make for awful penmanship, kitten.
Well, so much for Evitz Marauders. Alrighty, as I was saying, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe, leave a like and a comment. If you want to support the cause and help improve the channel, please do check out my Patreon, linked in the description below. Otherwise, stay tuned, and I'll see you soon with more Dragon Age 2. Take care, everybody. Have a great day. Peace.